Hey gang, we are in Hammond, Indiana today, and we are actually at the site of the original, well, where the Hammond train crash, the circus train crash happened, the actual site of where all these people were killed. The track's right up here. And we are here on an intangible quest. Now, I did an episode on this. I'll put the link in the description box. I'll put the link in up here. If you want to hear the story, we're not going to tell the whole story of this disaster that happened right here. There's Britain. Now, I have an infrared camera set up here. Came barreling in. The engineer was asleep at the controls, and he came barreling in here, and he hit the back of the Hagenbeck-Wallace Circus train. He hit the caboose and just started to crunch. I mean, the next car back from forward of the caboose was a sleeping car, wooden.
The caboose and 4 sleeping cabins.
With all the clowns,
4 sleeping cars.
Performers, right?
And the Chicago-bound troop train was 15 Pullman cars. The old circus train was 9 or 10 of the old wooden train cars that still had the oil lamp lighting, and it was only going 35 miles an hour. That was more than enough.
Well, that's pretty fast, and all that massive steel hitting the back just crushed and exploded. It was an inferno. Mangled bodies, decapitated heads, arms, feet, just screaming, you can imagine, and it was right here that it happened. Now, why would we have an infrared camera here? It's during the day. Well, infrared camera should not be confused with night vision. Infrared camera is picking up light day or night that the eye cannot see. And we're just going to have that static because right here there could be energy footprints of those that passed in such a violent way. Britain also has brought some of our equipment along, and again, we're going to let that run static while Britain does some looking. But as he does that, why don't you do some scanning? Let's let that camera run, and let's just walk up the tracks here. We went to Showman's Rest. We talked about the story there. They were all buried there in a mass grave. All of these circus performers. Oh my gosh, look what Britain found. Look at that. Finding some stuff.
I'm sure this is old rail tie.
Yeah. You know, you got to imagine a lot of the, there's got to be...
That pinged on the magnet, on the...
magnetic?
Yeah.
Well, if you had a metal detector, you could go crazy here. You know, parts of this train, all little pieces are here, buried probably. There's another set of tracks over there. I wonder if that's an original railroad bed also. And look at this over here. Here are some very, very old railroad ties. Oh, look at this, look at this. There's a bigger one over here. Look at that.
I'm going to jump over to electronic here.
Is that a log? No, I don't know what. Oh, these are square, yeah. These are railroad ties. So these are probably the original railroad ties that were here. So now there's a energy portal, if I've ever seen one.
Sure.
Let's see what else we can find. Oh, there's got to be all sorts of stuff here. This is right where it happened.
127 wounded, 86 confirmed dead. Although they speculate there were even more killed. And out of those 86, I would say 20 to 25% of them were unknown.
Interesting.
They're at the Showman's Rest at Woodlawn Cemetery in Forest Park.
Yeah, I talked about
took us there before.
that. There are all sorts of, well, I see a lot of wood debris here from the old railroad ties. I'm sure that were from the original rail bed when this happened. And Britain's picking up a lot of metal, which means there's I'm sure there's just a lot of pieces from the old train wreckage.
Oh, God rest their souls to those that fell on that day, June 22nd, 1918.
Interesting.
2 times since the 1950s they've refitted the railroad ties here, and then the South Rail was torn up in the 1930s.
Let's walk up to the switch. I want to see this switch. Check for trains.
Circus was due to perform the following day in downtown Hammond. The first person that arrived on the scene was actually the mayor of Gary, Indiana. People from the 2 incorporated towns come trying to help survivors.
So I am guessing that we're just going to be picking up a lot of magnetic and electrical energy from
Nothing out of the norm on the meter. So
yeah, plus there's just a lot going on here with these transformer boxes. We've got a solar powered one right up here. But I'm very interested to see this infrared. We had success with that down in Lawrence, Kansas. Success in that I don't know if we caught something that was paranormal, but we did get something in the bathroom there. But we're going to have that camera running down there for a while. But it's really interesting to be able to, it's intriguing to stand right where it happened. Right here. Just imagine. In another time dimension in history, what happened here. I'm sure if we came here with a psychic or medium, all kinds of bells and alarms and feelings would be going. But we didn't choose to do that on this episode because I think we're going to stick with more for that when there's a unsolved case or there is. You got some more stuff? You know, when there's an outcome that we're looking for. What is that? Let's zoom in on that.
JD, somewhat legible serial
number. I don't know if that looks more modern.
Yeah.
But
someone in the comments could let us know what this thing is.
Yeah, anybody know what that is? Now look over here, there's a pile of railroad ties. That's up here. Let's go check that out. It looks like old railroad. No, it doesn't look like old ones. It looks like new ones, actually. Yeah, that's newer ones. Let's see what's up here, if there's anything. So yeah, a lot of the debris was over there on that side and just past the switch. This area looks pretty clean over here. Very interesting. All right, we're going to let the camera run. That's the story. Mainly just wanted to take you folks here to see. I wanted to really come here to see the actual spot, what it was like, what it is like. I don't know, it's pretty spooky. Pretty chilling. just to think about. So, all right, we're going to end it here. Catch you later on the next one. Two men in search of the unknown. But little do they know, they are being watched. Those who were at the rail are they still there? Who are those people? Perhaps a worker returning to the horrific scene. Maybe an elderly woman in mourning. Or is it perhaps no one? Nothing. Is it just all in our minds? Is it real? Or is it imagined? Or are these just the hollow reflections of our search for our purpose on this planet?